Welcome to hole number one of the New Year's Eve party 9-hole cup played here on the Jubilee Grove course. Now, with the extra mile 6 and a quasar ball, we're setting up on the right-hand side, 4.5 top, 2 bars of left spin. I have that top of the red ring touching the rough there on the left-hand side. And you'll see that we're going to adjust this shot 10% max. And this is going to be a great hole to start things off, especially from the front tee, but I'm sure from all of the tees, unless you have a really nasty wind angle. So a little bit more than half a ball of left curl here. Maybe I'd call that, 60%, something like that. Anyway, it's going to come in very, very nicely. If you've got an EM8 here, use all that topspin and get this one to the hole. Second shot, I'm going to show you here with the wedge. It's 20% wedge Endbringer school method here. You'll see I'll stretch it out to max, and that hole is at about mid distance there. So I'm not going to use any spin here. And I've got the tip of that ball guide right through the pin. And I'm going to bring it down to about 40%. It was a little bit less than mid. So we're going to play 40% slider, 20% elevation, and we're going to adjust the corresponding amount of rings. You should always use this method. Well, almost always when you're playing with the Endbringer. It's going to give you a very good result very, very, very often. Let's start the tournament with the boom. Good luck. Okay, hole number 2. I love this shot so much. I'm setting up here with the backbone and a quasar ball once again. We're going to give this one 0 spin. You'll notice that bottom left of that yellow ring is just touching the fairway underneath this tree. And we're going to adjust this shot 15% mid. Now, coming into this cross headwind, or just a crosswind like this, it might need a little more. It might need a little bit less. It's all going to depend on if you have a low wind or a high wind. But the great ball is not necessarily the way you want to play here. However, still going to come in safely. Going to put it where you want it to be. This hole is going to be a very good opportunity. All right, so hole number 3, we start off with the extra mile, and I'm stepping up to the Titan ball here for the par 5. This drive is very, very important to get right. Too long or too short, you might not have a path to the green. 4.5 top, 1 bar of right spin here at max distance of this club with the red ring touching the rough there on the right-hand side. You want to get the ball to roll out just past those shadows that you see at the end of the fairway here. So 10% max on the adjustment. And I am going to actually give this one, just a straightforward shot. Nothing crazy. There we go. Perfect away. Very important here. You don't want to hit a great right. Can put you in, in close to the trees, or, you just want to try to get this one just past the shadows here. And then you'll notice we've got a nice clean path. A good shot to the green. That's what you want to see. So second shot here with the sniper. You'll notice we're very close to min distance, so we will, in fact, be playing min distance. You're going to set it up with your landing position, basically about half that red ring dipping into the bunker. Using 4 bars of backspin, 2 bars of right spin here. You'll notice that I'm going to have the tip of the ball guide just short of the pin. If you had a headwind here, you're probably going to have it a couple of green squares through the hole. But it would be easier to find your min line and adjust from that. So you can always build the shot any way you like it. You'll notice we changed the app to 15% just at the last moment there. I think 3.5 rings here. Very, very close to the min line. Oh, a little bit more. But this will give you a very nice look. Trying to get the albatross here. If we could get this to drop, I'd love it if you could drop a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Always putting out more Golf Clash content. I love this game, and I love you too. All right, so hole number 4 with no rough in sight. We'll have to bounce this ball up to the hole. 5.5 bars of backspin here, 1 bar of right spin. And you'll notice that I have the tip of the ball guide once we get a little bit stretched out there. Running very, very nicely towards the pin. Now, this is a direct, just about a direct headwind, kind of a crosswind, of course. So I do want to make sure I have that tip of that ball guide just a little ways through the hole. It just depends, of course, how the hole is playing in the tournament wind conditions. Keep in mind, of course, this video was made before the tournament. So these are general guidelines helping you establish your shots, get you set, and help you play your very best way. So get this one to come in. It gives a nice little look here. 25% mid-distance on the adjustment. Should give you a very good look to get this one in the hole. Okay, hole number 5, Kingmaker and a big topper setting up here on the right-hand side. You'll notice I've got that second bounce of the ball here just at the far rough. And then the left edge of the blue ring touching the bunker. and half that blue ring is going to be in the rough on the right-hand side. 10% max on the pull here, and we're only giving this one 6 top and 3 bars of right spin. I'm going to use about 1.5 balls of right curl here. You could go as much as 2 or max, depending on your club. You'll notice we do still come in a little bit close to the rough on the left, just like this, but then the way the fairway slopes, it kind of rolls it closer out towards the middle. Second shot here, played with the sniper, and we're going to be using this one at 10% max as well. This is an interesting landing position because it isn't the most stable. So 5 bars of backspin here, no side spin. I think I come off that 5.5 back. Yeah, take a bit off. Yeah, 5. Just 5. Get to 5. There's 4.5. It's a bit hot. We're going to keep it there. Now, I think this is going to come in a bit hot from what I can remember, but at the same time, anywhere from 5 to 6 bars of backspin here generally is going to be the rule. And I've got this one with the yellow ring kind of touching the rough. It is a bit of a flatter landing position. You could use a couple bars of left spin and try to keep it away from the rough there if you're worried about hitting a great left. I try to hit perfect as much as I possibly can, and it gives you a decent look. So notice how this one comes in a bit hot. Not too much, but just getting there. Left spin might not be a bad idea. All right, so hole number 6. This is a brutal par 4 here, and especially in a headwind like this with lower level clubs, I'm going to play this one anywhere from 2 to 4 bars of topspin. You'll notice that this feels like it's going to go in the rough, but there's actually quite a bit of room left on it. Even with the 2.7 headwind, it does compress that ball guide a little bit, and you'll notice that it's not going to roll out as much as it might with the tailwind, that is. Be careful. You don't want to put this one in the rough, or you will surely lose your birdie. And I'm just trying to get the birdie here. Eagle is almost always out of the question. It's possible. I'll show you my best look here in a moment, but it's going to be a tough one for sure. So see how there's a lot more room there. 4 top would not have been a terrible thing. Second shot, we are here. Now, you could use a Zerk, get this one closer to have more reach. It's all depending on you and your ball choices. So I'm going to play here on the left-hand side, and I'm going to try to just get this ball to play safe. 2 back, 2 right, maybe a little bit less. That's right, 1 back and 2 right because of this strong headwind. 4.5 is kind of like king wind here in rookie, so we're going to be going like max overpower here. But if you had a tailwind, of course, you wouldn't need to do that. And a good ball of right curl. Great left, I mean, it'll keep me safe anyway. This one actually comes in not too bad. So, like I said, not necessarily a great play for eagle here, but trying to get that one down to the green. Get your birdie, because many players will lose a shot here. All right, so hole 6, once again, with the Zerk that I mentioned, we're still setting up on the left-hand side here with the extra mile. You could certainly consider pushing this one if you really, really want to. But with this play here, I'm going to play the 4 top on the first shot here with the crosswind. It's going to come in a little bit closer, but that's what you need, is as much distance as you can get here without going over. I would consider most certainly playing with a Thor's hammer or a rock here if you've got a club in a good level. Just because of the accuracy, you're going to keep this ball in play far more often. However, once you get the shot figured out, it's not too bad here. Just don't hit great left. That bunker is definitely in play. So good shot there. Gives us a good look here on the second. Going to play 3.8 bars of top spin, 1 bar of left spin, and we're going to go for a little bit of a rough bump here. You notice it's very fine margins, but with the wind coming in from the right to the left like that, it does give you a good way that you can adjust without having to pull down into that bunker. 15% max distance on this effort here, and I think, if this was me, I would probably take this route almost always, except for that direct headwind scenario. And I might still bring a Zerk, even if I'm laying up on the left, just to try to keep this as safe as possible. The eagle is definitely a possibility with this play here. It's going to take, a little bit of precise execution and practice. I just about missed the rough there, so 10% might be the number you're looking for. However, gets you close, and I think this gives you something to work with. All right, so hole number 7, they're going to look at a spicy little rough bump here, but this is the kind of shot that'll help you pull ahead of the competition. 4 bars of backspin, 1 bar of right spin here, and you'll notice I've got the top of that yellow rough just touching the top of the yellow ring, just touching the top of the rough there. Going to adjust this shot 10% mid. Once again, I like the wind angle not making me pull down into that bunker. If you pull down into the bunker, you might try using teeth or a little bit more over power, maybe circle drop over power, or you might try pushing up a ring after the adjustment. I prefer when I don't need to do those things because then it gives me a more consistent chance to get the drop. Okay, so hole number 8, this is where you should use your practice tokens and figure something out. I got to set one up on the right-hand side here, 4.5 top, and about a half a ball of left spin. You'll notice that we're going to go max over power here, and the needle speed is going to be quite aggressive. 10% max, and we're going to go, like I said, max over power. This is one of my least favorite holes in Rookie. You know, if you've got any old topspin balls in your bag, this is definitely going to be the time. I'll show you another shot after this one to play it on the left-hand side as well. So max over power, take your time. You have to hit perfect here. The greats will put you in trouble. Ask me how I know. But this is certainly one viable path, and I think it's important that you get a chance to look at multiple chances on a hole like this. So puts you on this little fairway pad, which is not a bad place, close to the green, but still a little bit of work to do. You'll notice it's quite a bit downhill, and even with the end bringer level 3 here, you're playing this shot at 30%, and then end bringer school numbers from there. So that'll be the mid distance numbers on your app. So there we go, 30%. We're gonna pull like I think it's 2 rings here. Yeah, 2 rings. And hopefully we can get the eagle this way. Like I said, I'm going to show you the play on the left-hand side as well. This is another one of those holes where if you come prepared with a plan and you know that you can get that eagle, you're really going to give yourself a good leg up on the opposition. This is the kind of hole, if you come into this one without a plan, there's a very good opportunity. You're good chance you're going to get the birdie. So eagles are good. We'll see you again. Okay, so hole 8, once again, remember how I mentioned a topspin boost ball? So I'm using one with +3, and it only has a wind resistance 1. So max top here with 3 boost, and I'm going to use half a bar of left spin. Going to have that yellow ring just clipping into the rough here with that second bounce, kind of aiming at the 3rd rough, if you will, or the 2nd rough just close to the green, because we're going to use a little bit of curl on this one as well, just to kind of get it out of trouble. This, I think, is a much easier shot to get, set up and get used to. I understand you might not have the ball. In a perfect tailwind situation, you might be able to get your big topper over. So outer wall left curl here could go as much as half a ball of left curl. It's not going to hurt. Just gives you, another look. So clips to rough, like I said, and this is where you need the curl. Get it past those trees, and now we're talking about a green side end bringer. Tiny bit of work to be done, but you can drop this shot here for sure. With this one here, sorry, it says 10 mid on the screen. 20% with your end bringer is going to be the general rule here. I'm just going to roll with that little error. I think you've heard this one before. You know what to do here. No spin, end bringer play. And I think this is going to be the kind of shot that, if you can get the eagle consistently here on hole 8, you're really going to have another hole in this tournament that can help you get ahead of, of the average rookie player. So I think you guys are above average. I want to get you in the hole. All right, so hole number 9. Now this time with a headwind. I've got a big topper and a titan at the +7 yard mark. Half that red ring in the left rough. Gonna use max top here. 1 bar of left spin. And we're going to adjust this shot at 10% max. You'll also notice after the 10% max adjustment, we're going to push this one up to max, which is not much. I don't think anyway. No, we're basically at the max line there. I'm going to use curl here. I want you to use at least a ball of left curl. And because I'm in headwind here, I give it a little bit of overpower. Of course, in a tailwind, you wouldn't really need to do that. You just need to get the curl right there. Otherwise, this one will bring you very nicely up here to the 2nd fairway, just close to these bunkers. You could come a little bit further, but as you'll see with the 2nd shot here, this should work out just fine indeed. I've got the horizon here with the Titan, and you'll notice we're right on the min line, but that works out good in this headwind because we can adjust perfectly. So 8.5 bars of top spin, about 1.5 bars of left spin. And you'll notice how we've got that green ring. Yes, the left edge of the green ring touching the fairway. This is fine. This works out to be a very, very safe shot. 10% mid distance. Even though this is a min number here, I'm going to be pulling the mid here, probably because well, just because it's going to work out. Guys, I wish you the very best of luck in this New Year's Eve party 9-hole cup. I'd love it if you could subscribe to the channel and follow along for more Golf Clash content. Drop a comment in the video. Let me know how you do, and I'd love to hear from you guys. Have a great one. Good luck. Thank you so much for watching.